wine lovers, my name's Kimberly. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Wine on a Dime. Today we are reviewing Cook's California Champagne Extra Dry. Now, Cook's has been around since 1859, and they're the first American winery to create champagne. And I use air quotes when I say champagne because in most countries it's actually illegal to put the word champagne on the bottle unless it's grown in the Champagne region of France. This stuff's really regulated and it's legit big deal. The United States was a little late to the game, so how it kind of goes now is that any bottle who had put champagne on their label like this before 2006 can continue to use the word champagne as long as they put where it is from in front of it. So this now says California Champagne. A few years ago, it probably just said champagne. Some states like Oregon won't even allow the champagne name to be on any of their sparkling wines created in their state because they're serious about the classification over there in Oregon. Yes. Now when I say champagne, what am I talking about? Traditional method? What does that mean? Basically the second fermentation of the grapes. Most champagnes are made from Chardonnay. And so there's the base wine, which is Chardonnay, and then they ferment it again with extra yeast, and they do it in the bottle. And so that's called the traditional method. And so other wines like Cava, which I've reviewed on this show before, are also made in the traditional method. But some wines like Prosecco that are also sparkling wines, they're actually fermented the second time in these giant metal tanks. And it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. This is made the traditional way. So fancy. Okay, let's pop this bottle open, and I'm going to show you, like I often like to show you on the show, how to properly open a champagne or sparkling wine bottle. So, what we do is we remove the foil, which is usually the hardest part. I usually just kind of rip a tear in it and don't really care what it looks like after I open it, because, you know, who cares? So we get that foil off. So what I do is I unscrew the cage a few times. I don't take it off all the way. It actually says on here, stop, read warning below. Oh, probably says don't poke at your eyes or point at your eyes. So I leave the cage on, and you can actually use a towel if you want, and you can grab onto the cage and you actually twist the bottle. I'm gonna do this with my other hand because I'm right-handed, okay? Okay. So you actually twist the bottle instead of the cork, no popping or anything like that, and it easily comes out. The cage and the cork are in here. I didn't hurt anybody. Super simple. Makes it easy. So I have my champagne flute here now. I paid $5.99 for this at CVS Pharmacy, and the retail was $9.99. So let's take a sniff here. Whew. Right on the nose, it is very apple-y. Smells some apple. My first sniff, I got a little bit maybe of a citrus, but not incredibly a lot. It's gone now. It's hard to smell out of a champagne flute, but we're being fancy today. Let's take a taste. It does taste like apple, maybe an apple, you know, like sparkling apple cider, except for it's not as sweet and it has alcohol in it. This is 11.5% alcohol by volume, by the way. This is the extra dry variety, and that kind of means that It's a little bit sweeter than maybe a Brut would be. Well, it is sweeter than a Brut would be, but I like my sparkling wines a little bit sweeter. I have tried this variety before, and they're like Grand Reserve Brut. It tasted almost like this, only not as sweet. It tastes like a crisp, like red apple. There's a bit of a peach taste on here too. Oh. Maybe like tertiary flavor of an orange zest. It's actually not terrible. It's not my favorite either. Now, what do I rate this wine? Oh man. I feel like I've had better sparkling wines in this price range, specifically cavas that are like $5 to $15. Taste way better than this. And I'm trying not to be biased because I really don't like Chardonnay, and I know that this is basically sparkling Chardonnay. So with that in mind, you know, if you really wanted a good time, I probably would spend, you know, a little bit more money and get a $10 to $20 sparkling champagne if that's what you're into. Again, cava tastes significantly better. I'm gonna give this a 2.5 out of 5. I wouldn't turn it down at that price point, but I wouldn't go for this like, I'm gonna go get me some Cooks. No. Now, would I pay full price for this sparkler? No. I like that I paid $5.99 for it. I think that's the perfect price for this. I'd probably pay a couple dollars more and get a cheap cava. That's just me. Full price, I think at the $10 range, you're looking at significantly better sparkling wines. So, nope. Sorry, Cooks. You tried. The best thing it has going for it is that it's available at every gas station across the country, right? It's like everything I hate about Chardonnay is in this wine. Cheap Chardonnay. Some Chardonnays are good, but thank you for joining me for this review of Cooks California Champagne Extra Dry. If you like this content, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and we will see you next week on Wine on a Dime. Bye. Bye.